now cast sports na ye papai omone openyi Kwabena ye buamu ha. One of the classical moments at the Biobanam their kind was France 98. Ni sakete na eze bekai Zinedine Zidane ya bo na ordinary team you know ahye, and the expression was great. It was great. Engineer Kwabena Agyapong as Koreman Pony this year, and NPP Monso on himself watam and kratai be say NPP for Domna oba be do manim na watimi do mako in kunumdie mu 2028. Yen betwetwe nkomo live on the show, but I am sure say results na ebaye ene de ekoso ene de edi kan baye no so who smoothest level, so who then you all these things will be discussed. But live on Nhyira 104.5, your YouTube and also you also Nhyira TV, and to bet me a join here na yatwaso. But before then, just 2 minutes to be. One of me political science, no, even jurisprudence. One of me law, no. Papa bi omutai kan ho asempa. Your friend Thomas Hobbes. Na political scientist for ne de omumfa ni India grow ni book culture Leviathan Thomas Hobbes on da so no kama ma ben pa 1553 ho baby ene e wo no, but na dream power politics mu no was very wonderful. In fact, na on the ojidi se ujai onipa be ye de opebia nti na oka bibi state of nature nti you say life outside the states and our society, because society ye nyina na ya atum se be bibi ya atum se ne pese ye hihye ye mra, se ne pese ye no netime boa na ono push agenda because we realize say ujai onipa be we no ho, onipa be ye basa onipa mfa mra nya adwuma ebe the fittest will survive. It was a life outside society will be short, solitary, brutish and nasty. Obi abaye de ope enti yenye dey or the BBO propound a social contract. The social contract in day. Say yenyina yenyintum say yenyina ntimi ni president na yenyina ntimi nye tiemfa ye tumi ma nipa baako. Na nipa baako no nso agye atum say obebo me ho ban. Bambo ne beye me kone me ba medua nimu me nsuo mu me bibia beye kama. Enu ntimi ye de ye tumi ema nipa baako first na na Akufo-Addo ene Agyei free NPP for nsem ene Amajo Mahama, and into kind chapter 8 of the constitution na very clear. The directive principle of state policy very clear. Chapter 6 of the constitution or see the state shall ne akeka ni nyina bom say wo ma ye ho atoyen ya disua mu education ye kone ye bani nyina no the state shall enti when you cry nje a state no afeli and enti na akọ UAE na sefo na ye minister of happiness say ono de on say obesori anopa no ani age na say ye catch you say Ghana wo hwe ye happiness ranking number 120 something. They say average Ghanaian na ni nje. So the question is, why ni betimi enya no ama besori anopa no ani jo to say Las Vegas and ni nyina no nso uhia critical mind. And one of the things I am respect obi a wosua dey as an engineer and say a critical thinker. Unfortunately in this country no order 92 for the lawyers ne ho ahwan ne dia mo bibia tente, but when you have somebody or yes scientist or the hypothesis ye adwuma or analyzing issues or why analysis no who say okay we confirm me and say it doesn't confirm or on sorry no aye bibia such minds no you hold forth into China or Germany na say for na ya show mu leaders no ubon say sankofo no either so was science background or engineering background and that's was our background no. In Ghana, one of the national assets any Penya yene betwetwe enkomo na ha ene daso no. Thank you production team. Ghana rank 125th happiest country globally. Emfa ni jeni die. Ba yenhwe yene engineer Kwabena Agyapong, senior journalist and former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, and Agyei Nkomo. Engineer, good morning.
History
say jawabi ntime be wose misuan de kakra
no kre asema dodo na waka nyina no kre
that's
na akwanya so di chia wahwefo ni wetiefo bia all around the world say o platform the mood
that's it
na de baya me di nyankopon hira na hira obia ba ko
that's it benim say dwumadie bi nso na de wo ba ha
that's right
ye na nakwa askore mampon na te say breach abo ubetimi aka ho nsem kakra mai
se nana wa chance de bra yeminu apeni bebo ebrapa ko bia na boss common podin na bo na bo chance na wow free hono she won cry you feel a sense of pride
right
still can reach a born and say weekend in otumfo mai kwan se common po ko nyan so ani ni fa feku no on edano anti na very important ima otumfo ni bia ni ma me kra afrima ko no ankasa no ko beba
okay
but smart to be brave by sie no fefefe bibia akoso boko sri Nyankopon se adwuma pa obedi na enunyam ode hye yekrum yemfasa enunyam na entwaso na nhye bia wachire bia na ebe na fefefe na as a testimony to ono a memorial for ono do yemaya to peja as common see fefefe ho bia nim se Ghana opekura honsa se munye basabasa we akọ aso kono Nhyira FM ni kwempe so now can one a trained technical person to say architect inti no we are very meticulous epenima pepeye siseni emeyi
that's in confonso mpesa ade no
ade hadwin na city I will kind from history na na nipa su ne eban etie inti na emra ewo ho rule of law so any enforcing order and discipline say pepeye because nipa de uja no I say usa we de hwe nkola now de bibia ma no se ni nua e beji ahwe ntokwane sun obesun nti man ye natural e ni say ye very acquisitive baby ya hwe na wo gi bibi ma ho na nso ubehunu nyame na usua de a na ma wo kaise o ka society no mrena du en Ghana fo no ese yesisa ye orientation makasa asem we bebre se enye me ne hia yen ne hia ye ka amano ne nkrenkura ayeyi a ne nyina agina se edikanfo no omo edi anim no omdo omo bo afore ye adwumaden ebesom sam ye nim fifire se ebeyi bibi di aboa oman no nti me de mesre I believe I'm a bridge between the beginning of this democratic experiment because yes, starting 1991, 92, na me abrante pa under 30 years, and so I played a very major role. Na me kan pa, and there me can say over 30 years na abrante na eba no. Me ma say de ne say ade dem enu so kese is to bequeath to them as ye jawon bibi no mo kai say Aman ye say politics friend aman yosem enye di ubenya frimu ne hia di ebeya yebetimi achechire oman no ma obi ati bebia nani age ene ranking index ya bai nse ye wo fompa no kreso so de bia wonam kwa ho ya hwe dodo na nim enye fe nipa enni enije na I think say enuntina sorry near they take advantage
right
of society because as a jinya midi na face so you will be obroni friend the spirit of contentment nyame ma obibi keto bi asom mo aninyi ho mempre eniema memroso uye ne saa tembia no bunse usunsum you are at peace with yourself. Inti ade a megidi se Ghana ha no we yɛde ani nyinaa kɔsi political issues so. But me de say social issues near more critical. And the parenting, kase ahwiase. And obu say nipa how many people na tenafi around the table cry near mama near papa didi. And I know aduane wo kitchen. Obi ka say now the kitchens are shut. Obi ato aduane abonten. The disadvantage is say bond no enkabom any entity a na ewo wiase time yesusa no. And asesa. Because nipa pi enyamre, there has been a population explosion. So they say here to 35 million. Ghana no so no many tea ne number 11 12 ana kakraka. But over the last 15 20 years, dramatic explosion. And so enya dia ye kan ho asem. There are big social issues are affecting say. Na wo hia nipa no bebre. O matare kra hye wo mo. Eniema bi o ho first no upie frifia untimi nhye. Obi betia kas wo kwa abonten. Sisi ho.
Right.
Sisi ho. Sisi means that hide. Sisi kata ho.
See.
Aha. Ene ni nyina yesi abefo niema. Nti ede societal pressure, social media. Assessant yenkola ani suban esesa wo munti yempenifo no ese etimi ekire ho bibi. It's not only political office ni here there be
NDC ni NPP asem
anya ni here Ghana sese bibia ye de akwa adwuma bia mu enti we've lost our nationhood and there be amekai see the Ghana that has become stridently divided you more pie over polarization of the country. Ti ade bi kra na ese adwene ho city ebeko ne ma se free NPP ani ano MP NDC ni ntiase se free NDC ni ano MPP ni ntiase e ade ha nti mesre ni se nti na me de me ho abo afore se binim se adwuma edamanim eden enso meye na ma bodero na ma tu ye party for no for na ma tu Ghana for so for say the beauty in serving society and so sense of fulfillment I obenya say makoma tom yem say me som me mai eno ne here say binye sika obenya ama ho because nipa wu nyine kra hu say unhye dan hia niema bebre sa
mami busa we yentin CMPP nim eno by elections no o general comment here
minim say last 2 weeks wo hwe ya made the public statement be by the command speaker of parliament, the command chairman of NPP, chairman of NDC, chairperson of electoral commission, any civil society organization. Say by election cry no. Yen hwe se Ghana e wo so mfaso man na. The information I have is that they send more than 5,200 troops. Minim.
Yeah. From IGP. Yeah.
One by election.
Yeah.
And who first one say? Eduani ombedi tensions e be create. Yenim said the history of by elections in this country. Enya papa is littered with terrible stories. Emphata. Because by election, a concentrated Ghana nyina parties akese nyina e wo fa akum be kitu e bi. Until the potential say bibi flashpoint be na bibi betimesi no and very high. Into me Mr. Kase. Time to renchen be 2 yen and saying, Senka the national mood of mourning and sobriety. Yen use Sadi and Nanka Yan fan create convention be. It be an sana constitution it here. But if we are sending a free BB convention, met me no atras Agyei atum, se bebuanya, a bit me a ya manakoso and san a bikra, ye dear ship people say be a constitution. Say I say parliament and this is for a huge majority.
Aye.
So I'm the back beka ho. Say MPP the back beka ho ense safi. And so share nsemo a sika aban ahwere. Say sika e bi a ka sika e si apartments ama police for e be si bebre. Police penim bi no frame no kasa asem. And sana make sure sa letten say kemi de minyaya company fon kan yetimo. Nasa by election. Ehuni mfaso. First and foremost, every 4 years, ye kwaba abato ma Ghana for chire o madwen enti ye the mandate no ma wa 4 years se bibi ensi a se ensesan enti me de me gidi se bibi sikra party kra ya to aba ma no se wo 4-year mandate no me feel se sa party no omunko yi nipa mra na o metoa de we free na adwuma no so
me say NDC a ya to aba na nipa kro no wa ba replace no right
me feel say it will cost this country less. And then the last 2-3 days, we've been gripped by something that really is not going to change anything. I feel a non-issue in my personal view. But to the be and NPP, I have fixated with constitution is saying something that be. Yeah, any constitution my own. And me share the police for Babe catcher and as a finance for Babe catcher budgeter, ye diko yes idea we are. A producer result ancestry idea I had. To me, I don't have much comment except say there were a few reports in Tokways here, a few be here. Sani Mawi, here, Abatono. After 30 years of democracy, as by now, you can't tears, yes, I drink shre. You know, I drink into being caught Benkroom. Now, Ubia so when I drink say power, a veteran or Hodana dear, not just win him the orchard. Makada Kumasi say 2015 na me general secretary me the solidarity message bre NDC for that anom na power say for the foreseeable future no sa parties akese mienu e na behwe Ghana so ti yesu ni e ban ye ni ye kasa ye ebu edi be man ho eno na be ma bibi edi akokire Ghana fo ya nhwe yi a politics na ye no it's around West Africa so I am very unstable far from Guinea betwemwa across Chad munyina soja for sorry ye very careful say ye the political power man ye nso mu yi ye mfa anidie emma citizens no na ye de omupe be mu omani age na ye mo ye ho ban because ye ni opposition in ye ba power 2001 it's not power to 2000 na NDC buy na yes about power to nti yakọ power about opposition akọ power about opposition the Americans is dia power no ye de mawa enje se utu akọ esoro uti asase su ha woni enete nti man crofo mpija ye homa itrimu nya ye de dodo about political power eno na ese o man no ena ye Ghana for so ye ka ho
okay
ye enablers the broni friend enablers.
Yes, so.
Oh, say we de obinya to me. The way a nipa to dinner chibuka say wadani nyame all of a sudden. Me a press secretary na me mfwaso sakra. Me pesa. Me cry the you cry the motorcade cry man use be that. Na your time so na ntesa.
Say na nkofo che say we are too fine to be a politician. Sir, only political mind because we politician dey otua. Politician dey nyoma bi wo hogum. But bibia why calculative. Kwabena Agyapong bibia finchim yem fan krata paper ne sa nyoma no onye politician.
Debi.
Sa na nkofo ka.
Sa na nkofo ka.
Esa about the discipline be too much.
Na ne sa na echichire o man.
O say we debi sa ne din sa ne discipline dey emwa party.
Me mpe enokre me enokre. Na mani so edin na oya de nenya me catch me fancy you with me what you get what you see is what you get no tricks no frills sana ese tran o man
menya sana comfort as you
ye na ye mo na mo media no so mo ka ho
ye de
ese mo boso aboso ba na ese ma Japan enya sa ese mo boso a ma Ghana fo nya ntiase ese de me ka no na e papa ma o man no nti mu percent ye twetwe ska ene o man no ye nhwe de oska na ye mfrɛ ne so o medi o man nani
o so search ye din
men search nye din o mu anim nipa ma hwɛ won Ghana ha wo school bebrebe ebi okra minimum in fact ayi ase mpanimfo bebrebe be da ma se se wona kufo time na o ye ma ma adwuma o ye se o ma me bayis me bo nipa kra won kai me bo nkrofo kra minimum
na wonye hu didi because obi ya oye
hu didi
obi to nso kura na ehu so ye didi
ehu ni mfaso me dem sum nyame o nyankopon hu de meye eno ne hia me ntina da bia na nkofo say na wo de wo nyini so ehu se wo nyini na mse because me wa koma pa me time am de akukudro etigina wo Ghana ha 1992 aye pe mema wo mo aye dede nei se no motias e bi anyi se me ade no manya akukudro se NPP ninti ye pe nipa ko kasa ama Professor Dubois 1992 obi eti dai me di mfie aduasa me ye adwuma wa ban adwuma Ghana Highway Authority so me chira akukudro chira se me de ho bebo afore even at the risk of my professional development as a young engineer.
That time na Agyei obi esuru no
mansuro me national eno so ente se na Nhyira wo ho ya na GBC nti wote so Ghana nyina hu
obi ehwe
so akola me yese me de me ho bebo afore ama NPP me gi party no di the very ethos principles ye de chichiri kuo no tu ho ache adwumaden enidie kasapa nuado ebema party no ye hwam no enu nti na ne masante agina me pese me bo party for no nkaya enti wo hwe the theme of my campaign is going back to our roots.
Okay,
our noble roots and penifo tisa takraji manom Agyei mboatenom Jemfi bikaenom apia minkanom amobedi akonom uka asante ase ya Crawford etu ye ho che na ye meeting kra ed baby akwa ye meeting kra na ed
at that time
so enso so ebinum sacrifice eton ye dan konkran ya tomia metoponom AK Deku Stephen Kreku pani bi wo
that's right
CEO Nyano J Addison so no knows kapa on a businessman on the win election 1992 no no Professor Dubois teacher ni Uniska but na dwima bobio nipa nyagidie woni mu nti ye nya
na samre no metwase a enye delegate bi me tue sika bi
na ni hosa
somebody who is really qualified
enra ya akra na ni hosa na muro so sa na de ko tamale ameko wini na meda hospital skabena na medua I won massively because party for no womunim soma masom ekoi ena womunim se me obi a me achiever me deliverer am say wo kan bibi o ha me adwuma bi e de ma me bia me leave impact.
That's a fact.
Metimi aka me mfa ntumi ho ahobrasem say even broadcast journalism sports broadcast journalism me trailblazer.
That's good. Yeah, that's true.
The first time I hear World Cup, me, it was my idea. And son, I hear, in fact, me copy Sika, the bit to ya. Now, me hear GBC send me a part time. And the commercial department for me come. And I'm saying, that be an empty TV, so me, yes, sports allies. Me see you to name me, and I said, most of my miscanty. Nam kuhu baby for a diva shirts. So what did in that? To the mammy wardrobe, and I'm there to us here. Wardrobe provided by Diva, the commercial department for so on TV that Mokasa, but that was the beginning of sponsorship on television in this country. So it drew 1990 World Cup. Not Ghana for a World Cup with that live. Debbie 1990 was the first time. 86 Debbie a boy, na they are a day or two later because he got free a BF friend Utna. Regional organization in Africa, omni kura feed no. To wan kutua farmer life. Timiko me ni GBC for no kasai. Say look, me tu kwa abrochi me hu sibi o me pese ye bibi tisa. Nti set designer no kro be director of television. A friend of Mike Amonkwafo. Even the way the set was designed, I had an input because my kwa abrochi hu sitia o mo ye no nam se ye be panel discussion. Nti meko akohu Jacob Echebilamte sana ono ye managing director of Linters, one of the biggest advertising in GBT for Hinska. No, saying how are you going to be able to pay sponsors and then on Binyam? So we have discussion. Before the discussion, we have more advert. In the middle of it, before the match starts, half time, at the end. These are all my ideas. Na me mjamenum tigana no. Busakwa na eboma, they will tell you. They will tell you. And the way I remember Papa tell me, met this before, you pay a wansem, you kasa bebre. But I can tell you that I delivered that innovation and abaye norma and they say ball abuse a panel
discussion. But engineer, my question,
no question.
Who can we know? Media, this is the first time I meet Sanyomawe, and it is good for even communication students and broadcast students.
That's right.
My point is that, and then baby Edri, and obese one ton obi sheda
no correct.
And I'm a de fui yet you monka than you. But these are legacy issues.
Yes.
And then you now cry you
so GBC in their history. The first live telephone call. It was during 98 in an hour.
France 98.
Yes, right. Until me made the telephone ready be some here. Old one I say. Me catch on some fan to a museum. Na tembi and answer be on bedis 95 was a say.
Wow.
Na on family. Technicians no say nya possible say be possible me crying na epijasa. The first live it was when I was in the studio.
Wow.
And a lot of these things have happened. Media I believe in delivery.
Okay.
My own kasa bebre. Me be President Kufuor press secretary.
Yeah.
Many people believe that so press secretary in this fourth republican. Agyapong was the most innovative. Me admitted private media into the presidency for the first time. First time, now private media and call Castle da.
Really?
Meet the presser, President Kufuor. Those were all some of my ideas and innovations.
Wow.
No, I've a brew around the country.
So now I join in and I'm holding and then say no. I am more time.
Yes.
President said a GBC in Guan. And the Makwine out to me,
it's international president. It took it me the private media account. Ne been see that. It was all part of the work that I did.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And no, actually, no, American. So I did good work there. I left a mark. Me be general secretary so no. And check there, unfortunately. Nenso so mo be kai. Be hu say me na me empower constituencies. Me catch on say abato. E to no constituency ni wi a asa. Eno ase e to akotie wi asa. Region yen to aba ho. Ye keka bom arithmetic keke. Ni nya say Eastern region mu nya say ye na Greater Accra. Intermediate party no ne fapim nyina ye constituency. If you are na call electoral area, na call polling station, ho na ye to aba. Enti me BA accounts because say President Kufuor me nante ade o chere Kwabena political money you be a friend of handling charges. Do this man e ko na e teso one where en ko dru baby
e be free kan be dru Kumasi
na pia kakwem. Enti me said there be as general secretary in Ghana Commercial Bank omo ayi o baby enti me ma every constituency be account.
Wow.
They are living witnesses to it. And I'm casting nipa 9 and your signatories.
So the first time my NPP mu.
Yes, I did.
Some be accounts. Instead say they be shady pants. I know I'm a certain regional chairman be na omo. I don't know na make engineer. Krata sem.
Me catch the omo say.
Krata sem.
Yeah, here say the bre region. Yeah, the mu de bebrem. Mo said the answer mo hwe say enema akodru form na. Wo mo de ye adwuma pa.
Ana na nko pen.
So that time, me share primaries no one to say chinchim wesa presidential primaries go smoothly. Before the winning 93% plus. Parliamentary primaries one day it me year 251. One to say pin cry etofom.
Yeah.
Me free makonya so na ka ennan asesen pen ne enye. Nti ye koto aba 2016 nya 169. Eye djuma pa. Ye jadu to ho eno ho mfaso. Ene basa no e free hoi so baby a ne e dia bedu nti se pepeye ade a uye ni ye wo de adwempa akoma pa wo hisi ni fefefe no e very important na ye party no se nipa bi abamu a wo mo se omo nim de course ansa na party ni bedru baby abedu.
Okay.
Pepeye very important and esemutie de party for no ka any the Ghana for can. More respect your views. Untimi emfa force and share obi. Say chinchina with the cramini, chinchina Agyei, me the measure one sem.
Actually say breaking it down kakramami.
So, may say, Omon to a bo, no omuntie the Ghana for and the party for. Eka. The last election, you say, party for be brilliant waba. See enemy a lot of in our strongholds, the turnout was very low, even in Akwetia. It means our party people are still not happy with the state of the party. Which means, say, as a we have to make changes to what we are doing. Bruni Beka said you have to present a better version of ourselves to the people. You can't continue to do the same things and expect different results. Intina medeme ho abisi ha no. Say mo pe obi a mo sumana obeye adwuma no, he has shown in his life with the NPP. Say wo de adwuma hye me sa meye. That's number one. No obi so nim party nim from time I actually party do one time esua bibia free mpanimfo eno na ma metimi deliver me free makonwa so kra me koye executive director Ghana Institution of Engineering for close to 4 years. Obi a we engineer bia okroma bo say penny he left a mark at the institution PIJA organization to the extent na me sanfre West Africa Federation of Engineering Organizations account. So what we need are principled, serious-minded leaders who chase progress. And yet, afefe de no, and I say, niema edi mantame ho ene hia. Ya kotwaba me. I'm a believer and a loyalist of this political tradition.
NPP.
That's right. Me osum na mesum ni nipa. Osum no na mesum. Intina masum edubu ahini. Masum Kufo as press secretary. Emaneni so emo mame order of voter officer category in 2008. Masum President Akufo-Addo Mokai 2020. Menenu ne chin Ghana he nyina. Ewie no se obobo nipa wanfa me anka ho. But man kasa. Motiba no kasa bi se me kan bibie tia party na dabi. Bi the party na mesum. Se eye me first party no power na.
Emu senso call rounds for Bawumianso.
And then what's happening can back
okay.
Mijinabi in 2023. Once partner decided say Onona partner choose no. It is our duty. We a partner, we a patriot. That's all sorry. Me yima kumam nini chimba bia. E be free party no. E be to die. Na ebufu aba. Me na me friend Kufos look. Onona party you know. Election there. Yeah, you don't have a perfect scenario.
Right.
Name pi ko chiw kakra. Nanso so enya yi no de. Loyalty to the party. The eternity.
But sir,
very important.
Engineer, obi so beka say manya fair to Ghanaians. If we say na the signs were clear say Bawumia candidature no ebia ebeye challenge in 2024. Pool say kaye Ghana for the na eka anyone kasamo party na. And then you were still presenting, even though it's not fair. Say one so mujidi say, maybe a candidate way one share or mointy, meteda no matiada.
Yes, I know politics.
And people were expecting you say based on your principles.
Metiada.
And can also take that nature say, dear woo ye dear, ebe hayen.
Me feel say we sir. Because about to aye ko is nyame madam na party for tumamia. Me expect say Dr. Bawumia no mo ka ho nyina no ebe damage. Ombe kaise ono wo hono me tainage.
Okay.
Sana politics nti. Na the NDC for a primaries ye hu de si. Ensemo a Dr. Dofo ne kodwobo nsunum kafa mahama. Ana mu refi.
Yenim.
Enso so mu nyina bedi na chi ene omo mba ginabia wo omo ne administration. Nti democracy wo ko America. Next to be catch us say Rubio the best Secretary of State to Trump, Kabejedi.
David.
Enti, eno de me feel say dum party. You are a patriot of your party. One, na sa wo jikambima minkabi. Na ye to abana dodo no e decide say esumesi ne pa. I feel it's your responsibility and your duty to support that.
People feel say munkamo tradition no obi ko baako wa anyi ya Musa Buano, Emane Tuaso, and ye kura mutime Buano, based on tradition.
Yes, sanity. Ye tuaba, nti uwenia na oko. Akufo-Addo ye to no so aba. Professor Dubuan ye to no so aba, and Akufo winnie. Kufo ye to no so aba, That time I'm in the Akufo-Addo campaign in Sunyane 1998. Yes.
Oh, okay. Until now, now that time campaign ma Akufo-Addo.
Until NM unka history, papa.
Sir, I'm so Kufo.
There be. Enti a nipa bebre fe say time my president Kufo by na ohu adwuma pa. My dear some party from a Dubois time. Although 98 primaries na me campaigning with the Akufo-Addo nim Chingana hina 230 constituencies. And so I said there be a branty. Me hwe ni so ne ban. The way dey adwuma ma na otimi ye na. Me twena ba me ho. Me na take castle. Me ko ba bia otu me tiem. I was his press secretary to the president. Only president, press secretary. Only no baby. For you learn at his feet, who see MPP on the Nasi because baby a meeting a kedipa for crowd can be. Abruchiro. How? So the kind of insights a winya, any experience a winya no, eso. So, intermediate party no, na mesum na mpese enkola na we chiri ni nyina nya saa adwen no. Ma enkoye se ene udi obi achi nti da be nipa no ensa nka bibia nhwengu, which is what I see. So enti that is the reason why I feel say me role in this primaries here very critical, because me obi a metima bring a party ni nyina together,
right?
Many all the leaders of this party ayejuma me no bia so good relations, so ho dem show no sa so na me feel say you know,
all right,
let me page a party no and kabom no enti ene I'm starting my what I'm calling the unity dialogues.
Ye beba ho mamma nkofo hu de mene ne twetwe nkoma afi na ado afidi ato ha Nhyira 104.5 mene engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyapong and na twetwe nkomo. The privilege na yenya ne se obeye bibi na ose na aha no pese o hia sen is a privilege to us. Na kaiso ye asokore mampon ni dehye into ono America. Enti ye ka ha nani wa ha oyeyan aye diemu aha ena wo osomye yem papa kofo nso ebreso enti e kirewo and the reason why I make ye papa kofo ne say people feel that kofo NPP no enye ne NPP. What is it about yewura kofo a na still be pimne kofo da subon including even NDC form ka say kofo de it was so different. Ona na na ye adwuma
because oyobia o akomapa oyobia o boniface
amampanyi kofo.
That's how
mo underline ni omisro
oyobia nanka me di animu pa say yenko challenge no na yenyi no free ho in 1998 sunyane na nya asem ketwa ye go around the country. Me na I was virtually fronting for
so ye mpekofo
man ka say ye mpekofo ye say ye pe Akufo-Addo.
Okay. Much
different. Ono Akufo-Addo na ye mrante
me so ye better than Kofo at that time.
Ye free say na so she rolling zoo hwan he obi a na so she na na di akofi so.
Okay.
Ntini ta na chi dodo na na wo young executive forum from Ayina na dodo na yeta na chi enso so ye to aba wie ono ana smart Jacob Bichibilam teni campaign manager on frame nti adverts we national television me na metiso voice overs na nyina ye we mu nyina na ni so in fact me na osanye agidie wo musuma me se me nko strong room
okay
nti me na me fa phone frame Mr. Kofo say Mr. Kofo you are elected as the president elect of the Republic of Ghana. And they will feel me the same na me strong room. Oh enti sa suban no e boy
okay
say omo kra na I say omo shedam pe no kra no obtwe omo nyina ben
okay
o kan bibi a friend all inclusive government in fact na bi kra nye NPP for enso odom be shame
kwasin di omu ne busa
PNC for bebre be kan emo ye bibi a friend National Reconciliation Commission because ni nyina nim say Ghana ayawdia Rollins aban e di Ghana for afem over 500 people shre woman kwa in the early days of the revolution up to now they are not accounted for. Papa Penny Bako no a Black Stars team manager or D hine or a brew ne friend Mr. B.B. Bismarck. And then me can say, the body was never accounted for. Yes, up to today. So, enti na me pebre feel say before ba and I miss my press secretary, miss papa shrin kwa. Ye baby be say ye call revenge.
Ye mafia o munso.
There be wanya ne sada. Ye mu bi so e Christo suma e gidim to believe say vengeance is that of the Lord's. Nye nipa. Ti wo share reconciliation commission say obi a ya obibi aka wa she bia no ba be ka wasem. It brought a lot of healing. Enti na nkrofo kai no. Because you see say NPP na you say be ka no kra. Tina mpanimfo no be free mu. Say bejai because bia yaudi ni niema bi ho ekoso a ni nipa nyina na say Kwabena Agyapong mo ka ne say ye na de a o si da bi me de me gina ho pintin meso me party nipa we all have different thresholds. So and say nam ka say party no omuntie because even reforms am me promote ye senka mum bie party no na polling station for no mo ye adwumaden ma party remfiem tetar posters some yanim fifre obia mom bibia in return almost mom power of voting right no muntimi to aba ne bi no mo nkyere o madwen because party there say ya mo wan kyere wadwen a na da bia kan wo sha e na de abufo ni apathy no eba me kan enso so wo mo control party ni say no feel say si ebiemu a ebi a omo grip on the party no ebe kofom.
Okay.
Enti yes yempene na emum de me kan say former first na former executive secretary to aba
o party ni.
Me nam ka obi ho wa di chairman 3 terms. Ontina konya so nti yeto aba kwa yemfro. How? Obi a di minister or di regional chairman. So dem say metime abobi din ya be manom ne Agyei da ko SK buafonum ni ade nyina yeto aba omuntu bi opani edu say poni Moses mo wotafo pankrono num ni ade chesese ka konongo num ni ahwe aka apani asabre mo ese wafrim ndiko ho ankonto aba enye me kan no ende omu no so ntie ende omu jitu
apoli na ye wase
e wase na no dosun omu anya ntu na emum ye di mienu ba be ka 5 no me man tia say dam wo mo aye adwuma ni bi da no a na waye polling station executive da na o tifie na ye gya no ho a nti ne ba kra be ka say ne papa aye adwuma ene won to bi ntimi kra me nkoto bi nti na mam nkola ni bebre a say o mo pa we chi komishia maame bi no se ne maame e woman organizer ene ye kwa ye mfre no nti Kwabena say ne yeso yeso ne ya twen. Into all these things near there made me pushy very hard. And so two no cry say the Beckham. Almost the caveat be a bisham such and say ye 2 presidential prime minister we answer. Maintain be that. But Agyei a national councillor, Omne Dawson. A futu ami tu a say the facts that Mona Dawson or council no moon say. And no Ghana for pay. And no party for pay. And na di yaudie ne niema pi aba party nti abato a ye kotu me 2 party for no for me 2 party for it is time for a new direction, a new vision and fresh energy, and I think I represent that.
Okay,
so whether it was by design yankopon na ye onyame hihye o akase ye de mikosie tifie ngotwi na menka ho na nesusu hwa Nipa P still they haven't recovered from the pain of the last 8 years.
Right.
When the economy ni course no debt exchange ni ade. Enti almost so ameno amusi akan. And 9 nyina played significant roles in the past administration. If we want a departure from the nimno dia se pesi ensisa pa dia. Ene mo fase munua oba Kwabena Agyapong. Se musuma me a sabi menye obofo de menye angel na so obi antimi mfa enema pi so bo bia me because now I was not part of that status quo. And that is the advantage with having a candidate such as myself. Ghana for so nim to say the who can say me dem ye French him. At the end of the better baby say the to sana mete. Even if it means at the cost of at political cost, I'm prepared because I believe in principle. At the awujididie, you have to die by it. Now my life over the last 10 years when I was completely sidelined, orchestrated out of office and sidelined. So in the party for no feel say ya twa omaja de ebufuo ti dem a amanya minimupo simpabo e hye no emu hyehye no me na me hye mpabo no kese pa. Because even as general secretary, having served as press secretary to President Kufuor, ye yimi to twene kra so nyankopon no nim de oye no nim de o mame.
But mame busa at that time ni amba at that time obebie radio, because that time kana social media and said that radio TV bo Kwabena Agyapong NPP former yet ase we cheni say ompe party ni ompe Kufuor yi o say party no o de anugu ase ba sika bia che say why wadwen say bibia. At that time, how are you feeling? The lies.
Che say am de say wow cry who say the lies, the vile propaganda, the orchestrations.
Wow party.
Me am a party. O man ni me ani ni ye. Then so me do party no.
E dey nko na ye ya na yempe was.
Minim up to now, you me kan kire me. Minim.
I'm just sika ne ba no atena so.
Sika ben if you have e ba opposition no.
Ebo me say eba wo say eba no.
Sika sem cry the more kan. Because me eba ya na me dey am treasure that ya say friend no abankwa ye boa. Me parties come and so one crowd. Eba pe na me log here me say fakoto bank.
But me say kaka na wo say nke ban panifo bi ho wo say debi. Bibia say debi.
Nye niema nyina na opese me kan wa bonten.
But
no cry say me can say emphasize can come constituencies. E ko do be mu say bank manager says can I show them say debi sika me can say emfamre wo. E doso e sen sika e use. Nti me ntiase. That was the time who say account view or higher core reactivity behind the back of the chairman Paula Fuku and myself, which I thought that was completely irregular. Okaze Eco Bank skebi. Neade. That's it. Mean TB that say chairman and general secretary ho. Na yetimi afechiri e the party sika akoto another account. See any sir emfata. Enti mekaze we mempena me bone no no. And no ne start attacks near this see. Obi enu otimi approve say nanse party no cry no. Me can say omo de meka. But na say I was never paid a salary. Me ye buy na hwini ho. Ye primaries ni we sika buy no. Na me say ye mfa nko constituency first. Omo no mo hia. Asem no ani o.
But nem nkofo bi percent ka odi show mu nsem.
Me nka sa but they make ask what. And they say me dey na me feel say ese koye party adwuma. Ese ekoye party adwuma eno ni hia me. Eno so mfa so ni nya ya. Nya 169 seats no. Enti ehun nsem ye kan nyina de nsem ntwato so nsem emfata e de me family kra ba mu me year on usua na de o call school 2012 that time kra de na Mills na president or any doctorate or a lecturer up to now a head of international relations or Unimac yes for my Agyei all this senior lecturers there our head of department of media research neade ono yes NDC for na amame a scholarship meanwhile NDC by power member general secretary 2014 me record 2012 and it's not possible some cry no can omunim nyame on pebone auditor general did report of all the beneficiaries of scholarship na me Laurentia ni din kan Dr. Laurentia Agyapong.
I am asking this because me who the difference now share social media among some of your opponents in this race now. And in your mouth mutimeke kachire wo mu ho a. Then I'm thinking say one na mutimi ye ye mo ho sa no NPP ebe mu dabe.
Nti na me tu on fo say omo nsoma me. Me de meka party na bom. Me chire party ni bia say wo a ye twa oja no. Me no headmaster. Enso so me amfa ebufuo ana kasa basae I'm at a radio, so I'm a whole party. Me, yes, Ada, because me feel say party in Asum Ghana party democracy ye can NPP penny for ne kunya and sana democracy and fa my keko jantwa ye bre papa e bi mu hwire ye nkwa bi mu dwane ko exile bi mu nyuma seye safo adunum wiafe bie mensa me boa me monwi apenti mensa no nyuma guye just because of the politics in this country. Intimidate mesre enen kola no. Ne binumu kasati said the party in the nene bai. Nye nene bai. So ho dem sure. So tie ye ne nyankopon ema okwan na esuma se ko di minister. Nhyira fan. Na esi besom me de hia ne se wo besom oman no. Me so mo suma me a me ye adwuma den be adwuma pa. Be a president go for press secretary is the rank of a cabinet minister. Man sisi adan man ko toto ban sase. So sad no na eha oman no. That people feel say being in public office na hot na say uko to gold. That be. And so we need a leader who has no time for materialism and therefore would have zero tolerance for corruption in our government. Downsize the government in the real sense of the word. Not waste na what oman mo ha oman.
Everyone also say waste what oman.
Public procurement. You're very weak in this country. Very weak. Me a civil engineer. Adia obeton 3 cedis, you beton my buying 20 cedis here Ghana.
Procurement
is very weak in this country. And we have, in fact, we don't have a maintenance culture. So almost shut down because they are incessantly maintain na man. I extend project in life. Ni China send us an contract for.
Maintenance culture, the cost.
So, until near P cost woman. It needs a radical shake-up, and I'm the kind of person who has the courage. I may take a decision even if it is not popular. And on the BI now see me tini do now it's tini na the bonny.
O my name pesa.
O my no say pe.
So we show my yes tumo mu ya. Now buso mu say ya. Eurobi say ya.
There be.
And shut down pesa de no.
Ye pe pa na emum. Ya nhwe yi a ye be kriti bibi ye twa esabia to ho de ha me ne se wan hwe a nchirima no be fa sa no se eno ne the norm eno a me ne nkola bi hia students test conform pen na me 2 on 4 se mo nyame ehira mo ne the intellectual backbone of Ghana for the future ti mamo obia mfamo se mo ye Jama boys. Baby.
That's deep.
Cry and I say mutimi frempeni for say look, yeah, team rest here. Say ni adwendwene. Mumra ne ene mun kasa. Let's have dialogue with you.
But time so criticize platform enye we mu.
So,
we dey mun chatra yi mu ani nkona.
There be ye ne sa oman no enye yi. Oman no so chichiri ne hia. Timi de me kasa kire wo mu a enam fu say bibia say otwetwe sika na ye chiska na ye say eno nye no never boa.
Mami busa o ye president a Ghana ehia ye dodo. Ohia ne doso. Yem papa ka ye tisika so so accommodate. O ye president a kwan be so na be ma ye ni age.
First and foremost, one of them what I'm calling my big plan. Ye nsase sem o Ghana ha ya tuna saram. I want to create a plan that will ensure say abusua bia e wa asase bia can unlock capital because Ghana who asase kra only title because the titling arrangements no say be ma land title and aye basa wokruma me ameka say me wa asase a dan cry me ye hu adwuma no obi de wo court 5 years ni ejina court anka by na ke ho faso e de adwuma beba e de ska beba because nkofo bia koye kanana wo lancer asase e media no ya ma obi title a larger title fa na che media na koshim nipa no so no uka so mfa ne paper mrewa ontimi mfa but when court asem a delay ama adwuma e start o so a yesi no agina for 5 kebeboa adwuma mason for a carpenter for one more turn down real estate for we nyina a part of job creation.
Assassin no be hu yi.
I think is the most important thing. Nam they have a crown in the mining areas.
Mining,
So because they say no, me feel say situation and Crawford ten crying. Na say be a me or him be a nurse abusua bi wa asase. Ehum agude wa se pese ya Jeffrey unsa. Asase ye wo dia, they want say ye wo dia. The state has to make sure say you are properly compensated. Anti-compensation frameworks no is transparent.
Okay.
Now why say it? I say I have to say. And no ya for time. And a new month for buy.
Yeah.
And omaton ade no ama Chinese for me boy.
Yeah.
And ye musika billions echo. Na ye nua no egu afo no. E futuro ni BBNC. Na na esa de Kenya ade no nhyɛ fam e. E bi enkola na ebeba no be hunu nyansa asen.
Kati Mugabe cry ye bisa.
So say it feels because omo dia. And if the direct benefits need be compensation frameworks na eba no enye papa. We have to put the youth in charge of those monitoring councils in these districts so that they will feel a sense of ownership.
Assassin no gold no yenso ye kan ho bi.
Ye kan ho bi ye dia. Nti ye ntra ho ma obi ntran kan no ntro doctor na onfa obi free abrochire ene you go to the boardrooms in Australia, Canada, any US, any London. No mu disika kese from ye gold ne ye ade na ye nti him.
We can imagine say na say e betimi kura stop galamsey issues.
Of course,
because sika na e ba no nim say e bi ko community ho.
Ne dia
to make me develop
omudia
afa nkofo adwuma bebre.
Omudia. Enti that's my big plan.
Mining land no.
Land no very critical. To use it to release active capital because it has to be active. So what even atakwame kra na wo dance so. E wo asase so na e kakra kra. Na etimi ma title here. Utimi the core bank. Etimi unlock capital the biewe fo. What is the mechanism?
Yeah.
So this is a policy I'm very passionate about because President Kofota and Penny Free South America by friend Professor De Soto. He preached this principle. They use it a lot in South America. Because we as Ghana problem kese wo ha ene yensa asese. Ukokota over 50,000 land cases locked up.
Maybe 10 years, 20 years.
It has choked our court system. As assessing the only thing that ebi meka ho. It doesn't expand.
Na adwuma nso obey anything. Ye mebuna ye.
By all these methods nyina e kreti adwuma.
Okay.
So because real estate they are critical. E kreti adwuma. There are areas like tourism. If you look at our coastline, 500 kilometers of coastline. All the most instructive castles. Fort Jago Numniade and who history. In fact, you're serious about tourism as a country. So those are areas that a bit generated, a juma be generated sika, and a hospitality industry. So no, and to say any other, ubefa a barman or carpenter for maintenance crew, chambermaids, just say hospitality. There are certain countries like Tunisia, any Mauritius, woman if you hospitality and omudidi ho. So if you have a president who is meticulous, focused on making sure that these things are going to be done, because job creation is critical. Because unemployment is like a social time bomb we are sitting on, and because we haven't controlled population, and so you are there. Me feel say any Ghana for can wasem. Too many people would do. Omuni dear here somebody be ahwe enkola no. Nti na fairness requirement condom and some Ghana have you. First ne obi Ghana Social Marketing Foundation GSMF and now
okay.
They provide the condoms to reduce population growth. Nti ne
because we bonsamo.
Me bonsam say me bonsam.
Say enwo dodo na Obeka.
And yes, we shouldn't live beyond our means. Me the idea me feel say Ghana, the Ubroni friend a deficit financing a check. Edru baby a president and make come crash Ghana for Sibia this year. New projects. Name you be maintaining old ones. No. Ghana, the density of our road network is about one of the best in Africa. Name maintenance nenye. What the shit quite that when me. Main road that enter the second capital of Ghana, linking to the first. Look at the state of it. And no one said on sat down tembia. So on sat down extend the project life. No engineers and can to extend the project life. Why sir? Intervention I would be back. SCC now would be back along the line. It will be massive. No book
like Accra Kumasi Road.
Sanity. So, enti me feel say mama engineers yesterday acquiring technical people to bring that meticulousness ne eshisha niema yesterday HC progress because we engineer who designer the SOC mistakes be a who see it to be exposed yes calamity kese nti yen attitude different so nti that's all the skill set me build say na party for no so pese omo tiase
right
me dey me no man nantiache nti omo welfare no hu hia me ade a din ni se obi hu akire no na yentimi yenni insurance system be at the local level na ni nyina betimi abasa chance to reduce to strengthen the party at the base and to me I've always believed in say obetu reduce at your constituency your membership no ese wo constituency method is for a Jewish society and sign the Biako circuit, a Biako headquarters. Sa na say no not the other way around. They say oh yes, a short code. Now this kind of headquarters. Now constituency na a Juma no one
a problem.
And I think we need to rebuild our membership base. Like I said, I was the general secretary. I'm a printed book. Emma each polling station send common fan koya o manual mu committee na muchro mudin ti muni mo polling station ono
right
nya obi na sebe ye polling station election mamu because polling station meeting my doors will be at 20 25 15 nti me ye share that print 40,000 books distribute ma obi o me catch bro bia nti me dem ye grassroots campaigner me feel say adwuma no e form ene wo
right
nti yemfa ni die eni buo emma won na mpese me hye omun kran se omu ho ahokire a omu wo mu omfu se ye twa won party na twa won agya na aban twa won mu gya na me na me hye empabo an kese pa nti so omu soma me a
right
me kai on me ye dwumaden e dia pagya won si ho apart from that I think say Ghanaians are more likely to give me the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
So there's more believability, very important. Say me no mu din komo on be jimedi no masmai. Nti yentie de Ghana for kan me mfa force say chincha yes e de bibi she Ghana for nko. No 2028 a very important election. NPP delegate be a team on kan. Unti. Say 4 years a day enimu de e betwa. Ihu de course so akwatia. In 2028 yes sisa ya namon kra completely. Na me say all more no musi akan and they were all part of the status quo. It be the cabinet minister, be the vice president, be the chairman of
board chairman
for 8 years. Mudi me nipa foforo with fresh ideas, more vitality. Ghana for what GDA will mu say me pepepe me catch them say you give yourselves a better chance of winning 2028. Ti tu me no nsem na wo me de metimi aye asre nyame Oma hoden ene bibi kakra metimi dia top petrol nam dia nanti so won dem hwe en ho adwuma na sesei me ye na mo gidie se party for no betie me asopem ene me ne 3 constituencies so be share
okay
baby ami ko bia no me free former constituency executives na ne me advocacy nti omuso beto abane bi current executives and electoral area coordinators no me no mu share and no council of patrons 5 and elders 5 na ya twetwe san komoi me say nyankopon say asema meken ento makoma so mo mu ntwa o mani mehweme ne ento abama unifier me na metimi aka party no abom ina minim party ne fapem the party na bakosem minim party for brea e wo fom omo nsoma me mo ntie se ye mechichi sika na ase nye no na ye party krabehwe nye no na ma party ye hwam mankrofo ebedom party kakra metimi aka na no pe
neze metiwasia
na so de me ba me beji nhyira nti namba beji nhyira this is my first outing since after me file me nomination nti na me yese me bekumase na me so ha na me free ha na yetete me na me de me ho abekire mo na nhyira so mama me nhyira
no wo ho dada
nyame ho
ai ya Judy I mean kasa yaka over the years nyina about transformative leadership no ye de yehu so wo bi
medase
and enya wo na be ka che yinim and based on your records.
That's right.
Ani esusu ani ehwe wo na ye monitor from afar na adumu nti wama ho kwan say ebetimi aben wo and the learnings every day and you are one person anytime me ye bibia kra na mu I need to stop and listen because I remember Rebina joining so your personality profile and I was so amazed the other side of you and I think say menkra adwene kakra ne say baby adri was a communication here more man confront wo nyoma ne bibiri na si more and these histories are very important because latter days for no ntiase enti okani say ya eboama wonu nsu timi sua de because I think say party ni say unyankofo a omuni mu ye no more handler different from the yehu omu ne kasa omu kasa and appear say akoye sikasem and so when you have that idea it becomes a problem. I am praying say NPP for no enkomu back to their roots to learn to study and study you and that kind of principle because the reality say after 169 now what the sanche say ne to homa NPP no is NPP ni nyakono that's the honest truth because of omo chia free mo legacy na mo de eba no nyankopon hira that's so say o kasa ha na opese o be catch ye na o te ho nti hira no na nyankopon man wa hoden road accident o nyim frim netimi ekone kama na menim se ogusu no nso ano nyame ado ye be follow up se adom bi dum ye ya de ekosu nyane e ma nkrofo nso update abusia engineer Kwabena Agyei Agyapong na ye ne twetwe enkomo no oye veteran eba manyosema oye veteran and our institutional memory and that is key in Ghana. Institutional memory no intense only other ones na kind no nso moka normal one yeah. But MPP is not Nana Kufuado neighbor umia. MPP route no a chassis free baby. And you see the good thing is that Kofi, the good thing is that no Kabibi, when we talk about Fourth Republic democracy
yeah.
And we are privileged to have such people.
And Nana Adebako Kayama Menije and say we a politician. Now contest. Na sebi uko lose to opponent. And yes, sebi obey enemy, but rather support the person to actually deliver.
That's maturity.
And me tia na say wow. Now we share baby all kase free. Talking about the tradition of the NPP and people that he has worked with and Penifu leading the party. He is a man of so much experience.
Yeah.
And now in Kasa Muswa, I believe that he has that sense of unity. So the Baba party go to the okay, he talks about the things that are causing disunity in the party. Not actually say praising who be brave. In fact, me no na me who so person cause certain areas, talk about certain achievements be brave, but though you are pushing him, but he's not comfortable talking about the achievements. But he's done more.
Yeah.
Even the little he talked about from the side of the media right through to say all support to the leadership of the NPP, Kofo, even Akufuado and all that. Extra will say he's a man who can work with anyone. Yeah. Me who sad listening to him right now, and I believe that a quieter than any bright. just that he needs the support of the party and someone who believes in the party's tradition and speaking traditionally. Because Tina is really talking from his heart of the party.
Grassroots.
And this will be in America.
We a proper
grassroots. I have taken note of the now which we're going to write on them. And Mesha and some of Papa Kano, if the NPP will listen, so won't pay na simpa. As someone what can will help the party.
All right. Engineer, your final word.
Oh, she said the Nhyira Kano. Mesre party for no kabum no ne hiae. Yen say osono no na yeso.
Right.
Akonya de etwa. You last electoral cycle no December 7. Afeni I started new one. Yen nyina emfa nuado. Nti she pa. Ene kabum enkosi sa kan. Na de mesre especially mpanimfo edi party nanim se mo munye wo munyema bi ma nipa bi emfili se omo particular person omo pese chinchina omo de ne hye Ghana folk emwa omo yen toaba no fefefe na obi enya support say my bay I hope say all the regional executives make kwakoto omo nam no adi nkomo men ka say we you anim say support o simesi na obintin fair hearing media and come on am no mu bedi muso madwuma no no ma say dey say you have to be there to receive us ne na makasa baby ameko bia constituency former executives ni electoral area coordinators for APC no mu hia no omu nyina amra ne ntwetwe nkomo it is what I call unity dialogues because you nkabo mu a eniema ye mreman because a party for no ebufu any apathy no eno na ekoso e defeat no nyese bia NDC for figures no appreciate bia ye de na aba form because ye nkofo no empese ye ba out ne nti yesi sign ho yesi ye bese sign ho a eno ane Kwabena Agyei Agyapong KAA mo soma me a me de mo ba mo bibia me ne mo anante mo ni mi so fritete nim se Nyankopon be hira so me do ase
yes ye dase engineer Bacho joy news for ne pese mo ye 5 minutes bi sports ketu heavy but ye ntwam for ni kakra bacho to asoma me
Nana,